Do you know what your cat is actually thinking when you follow the same routine every single day? Most owners assume their cat barely notices, but what's really happening inside their mind is something most people completely miss. They're reading you, tracking you, even predicting you in ways that shape how they feel about their entire day. What you're about to discover might completely change how you move through your home. Here's what's actually going on from the moment you wake up. They know your alarm before it even goes off. Have you ever noticed your cat staring at you right before your alarm sounds? It's not coincidence, and it's not some psychic ability. It's pattern recognition at a level most people don't give cats credit for. Cats are crepuscular by nature, meaning they're most active during dawn and dusk. But here's what's wild. They don't just follow their own internal clock, they sync it to yours. Your cat watches you. Every night, you go to bed around the same time. Every morning, you wake up within the same window. Even if you think you're unpredictable, you're not. Not to them. Research published in the journal Animal Cognition found that cats are highly capable of associating specific times of day with human behaviors, especially when those behaviors lead to something they care about, like food or attention. So when your cat sits on your chest at 6:55 and your alarm is set for 7, they're not guessing. They've learned the rhythm. They know that after you've been still for a certain number of hours, movement is coming. And movement means the day starts. For them, this isn't annoying, it's security. Cats are creatures of routine because routine equals safety. When they can predict what happens next, their stress drops. Their world makes sense. But stay with me, because by number 5, you'll see how breaking that routine, even once, can completely throw them off in ways you'd never expect. 2. Your morning bathroom trip sets their entire mood. Why does your cat follow you into the bathroom every single morning? Even when the door is closed, they're sitting right outside waiting. Most owners think it's clingy behavior or boredom, but it's neither. It's about sequence. Your cat has mapped your morning. They know that after you get out of bed, you head to the bathroom. And after the bathroom, something important happens. Maybe you feed them. Maybe you sit down and they get lap time. Maybe you open the blinds and they get their favorite sunny spot. Whatever it is, the bathroom is the gateway. It's the signal that the good part is coming. A study from the University of Lincoln found that cats don't just respond to isolated actions. They respond to chains of behavior. They're watching the entire sequence, not just the final reward. So when you skip a step or do things out of order, it confuses them. That's why your cat might meow more, pace, or act anxious if you say, "Go straight to the kitchen instead of the bathroom first." You broke the chain. And to them, that feels unpredictable. It's not that they need you to follow a script. It's that they've built their expectations around one. And when expectations don't match reality, cats get stressed, fast. If you've ever wondered why your cat seems more relaxed on weekdays than weekends, this is part of it. Weekdays are predictable, weekends are chaos. And your cat feels that difference more than you think. 3. They judge you hardest during breakfast. Ever notice how intense your cat gets around feeding time? The staring, the meowing, the weaving between your legs like they're trying to trip you. It's not just hunger, it's anticipation mixed with evaluation. Cats are obligate carnivores, and food is one of the strongest motivators in their behavior. But here's what most people miss. It's not just about whether you feed them, it's about when and how consistently you do it. If you feed your cat at 7 a.m. on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then sleep in until 9 on Thursday, that 2-hour gap doesn't feel small to them. It feels like a breakdown in the system. They don't understand weekends or sleep deprivation. They understand patterns, and you just broke one. Research from the Journal of Veterinary Behavior showed that cats experience measurable stress when feeding schedules vary by more than 30 minutes. Their cortisol levels rise. Their behavior becomes more vocal and demanding. It's not manipulation, it's anxiety. Now here's the part that surprises people. Your cat isn't just watching the clock, they're watching you. If you normally get up, use the bathroom, make coffee, and then feed them, they've memorized that sequence. So if you make coffee first one day, they notice. And they start meowing earlier because the order changed. That's how detailed their observations are. They're not being dramatic. They're responding to a shift in a routine they depend on. And if this is making you realize how closely your cat actually watches you, go ahead and hit like and subscribe. Because understanding what they notice changes everything about how you interact with them. 4. They track your departure like a countdown. Does your cat start acting strange the moment you pick up your keys? Or when you put on your shoes? Or even when you just walk toward the door? Most owners think their cat is trying to make them feel guilty. But guilt has nothing to do with it. Your cat has learned the leaving sequence. And just like with feeding, they're not reacting to one action. They're reacting to the pattern. You grab your phone, you put on shoes, you pick up a bag, you touch the door handle. Every single one of those steps has been cataloged, and each one brings them closer to the thing they don't like, being alone. A study published in PLOS One found that cats show behavioral changes in the minutes leading up to owner departure, including increased vocalization, following behavior, and proximity seeking. They're not confused about what's happening. They know exactly what's happening. And some cats handle it better than others. Cats that were socialized early, that have enrichment in the home, or that live with other animals tend to cope better. But cats that are highly bonded to one person or that have experienced abandonment before, they feel it harder. The interesting part is this. Your cat's reaction isn't always about you leaving. It's about the unpredictability of when you'll come back. If you leave for work at 8 and come home at 5 every day, they adjust. But if your schedule is random, if sometimes you're gone 2 hours and sometimes 10, that inconsistency creates anxiety. They can't settle because they don't know what to expect. So if your cat has separation issues, the fix isn't always more attention. Sometimes it's just more predictability. 5. The one thing that breaks their trust faster than anything. So if your cat thrives on routine, what happens when you suddenly change everything? This is the part most owners don't see coming, because we assume cats are independent, that they don't care what we do as long as they're fed. But that's not even close to true. Cats are incredibly sensitive to environmental change, and you are the biggest part of their environment. When your routine shifts, even for good reasons, it can completely destabilize them. Maybe you start a new job with different hours. Maybe you go on vacation and someone else feeds them. Maybe you rearrange the furniture or move to a new home. To you, these are just life changes. To your cat, these are threats to everything they've learned to rely on. The safe patterns are gone, and they don't know if they're coming back. Research from the Journal of Feline Medicine and Surgery found that environmental changes, especially those involving the owner's presence and behavior, are one of the leading causes of stress-related illness in cats. We're talking urinary issues, digestive problems, overgrooming, aggression. Not because the cat is being difficult, because their nervous system is in overdrive. Here's what makes it worse. Cats don't show stress the way dogs do. They don't whine or pace or destroy things. They withdraw, they hide. They stop eating, and by the time you notice, the stress has already been building for days. The truth is, your daily routine isn't just something your cat observes. It's something they depend on. It's the framework that tells them the world is predictable and safe. And when that framework suddenly disappears, even temporarily, it shakes them at a core level. This doesn't mean you can never change your schedule. It just means you need to do it gradually when possible. And when it's not possible, you need to add other sources of stability. Consistent feeding times even if you're not home. Familiar scents, safe spaces, enrichment that doesn't depend on you. Because the more anchors they have, the less one big change will knock them off balance. Your cat isn't asking you to be perfect. They're just asking you to be predictable. And once you understand how deeply they're reading your every move, you start to realize they're not just living alongside you. They're living in sync with you. And that rhythm you create together, that's what makes them feel safe. That's what makes them trust you. And that's exactly what they need to thrive.